Joyce and I'm the course manager of economics. Now is a really exciting time to study economics. Whether you're concerned about global warming or the global pandemic, now is a really important time for us to consider our choices and the impact that they have on others and on the environment.
I was really interested in economics just because I'm quite aware of the news and the world, and I just really wanted to get a better understanding of it all, and I just thought that would be a really good subject to do that.
We study two areas of economics. We look at microeconomics and macroeconomics. Micro is the study of individual markets. For example, we look at the housing market and how demand and supply has led to the price of houses increasing by about 10% over the last year. We also look at why markets might fail. For example, the cigarette market. Cigarettes are overconsumed in our economy, and we look at how the government might use their policies to influence our behaviour. In macroeconomics, we look at how the government uses policies to support the wider economy, such as looking at inflation, unemployment, economic growth. This is particularly interesting at the moment with issues such as Brexit and the global pandemic.
I'm quite interested in macroeconomic decisions, so the way in which governments make decisions, the way in which they think about things like tax and climate change and more module-based things. So although the theory is really interesting, I like it when you can actually refer it to real-life situations.
A typical lesson will involve note-taking. Students have their own workbook which they fill in, and this also includes activities and worksheets. We spend a lot of time relating economic theory to real-life examples. So, for example, we've been listening to what's in the news, and in the past we have discussed the impact of coronavirus on economic growth, on unemployment, interest rates, and the impact that this has had on the housing market and on business confidence and also business failures. You'll be asked to get involved in answering questions and in discussions that occur regularly throughout every lesson. We will also practice a lot of essays and diagrams, as these will prepare you for the exam. You will have the opportunity to join the Student Investor Challenge. This is an online competition whereby students invest virtual money, and our students in the past have enjoyed it with some success.
Economics is actually my favourite lessons just because Liz is so interactive. She's really good at asking us questions, getting us to be involved in discussions about what we think about things.
Economics is examined through 3 two-hour papers. There's a micro paper, a macro paper, and a third paper which covers both topics. In this third paper, you act as a consultant, advising firms or governments on how they should behave or react to data. You will also be expected to write lots of essays in the exams and to analyse data to enable you to make judgments. Don't worry if you haven't studied economics before. Most students haven't taken economics at GCSE, and we assume no knowledge, therefore we start at the very beginning and will support you through.
It's definitely one of the subjects which I was most relieved about taking. I mean, partly because you don't take it at GCSE, so it's really hard to know what it's going to be like, but actually I've studied it for a year now and I feel really comfortable with it, definitely glad with my decision. I would 100% retake it if I got the chance.
Lots of economics students go on to study it further at university. Increasingly, students are also studying degree apprenticeships and also perhaps looking at doing an apprenticeship in finance. Careers are varied. Students go on to become economists, accountants, politicians, stockbrokers and management consultants. It really does open up a wide range of career options. Employers really value A-level economics. Students who do economics have got great transferable skills, including numeracy, communication, problem solving, and a wide range of other skills that employers really value. There are a few questions that students often ask. One is, do I need to study A-level maths to do economics? The answer is, no you don't. However, if you're thinking about doing an economics degree, maths is often an A-level that they will require. A common misconception with economics A-level is that it's very mathematical. One thing students need to be aware of is whilst you do need to have numeracy skills, you also need to be able to write lots of essays. So please be prepared throughout the course to be writing those essays.
Although you may think that it's about money or people in suits and buildings and things like that, it does have certain aspects of that, but it's actually about people and their choices in the local economy and in the wider economy and the world and how different things interact.
We're here to provide you with the support that you need in economics to help you do your very best. That might include responding to emails, whether it be at weekends or whether it be in the evenings, to help you move on with your learning, and also to provide you with one-to-one tutorials if needed. I really love teaching economics. It helps us to explain many questions, such as why footballers are getting paid more than nurses. It also helps us to solve problems such as global warming. You will be the people in the future making those decisions, so this course will really help you succeed.
I would definitely recommend economics. I just find that I'm the most awake in economics. I'm the most interested and excited to go to those lessons.
We have a really great economics department here at Huish, and I hope you might be interested to come and join us. I look forward to meeting you.